ночи назад мне удалось запереться в комнате. Может, мне повезет, и они не смогут залезть сюда. Конечно, на самом деле, я всего лишь запер себя в своем собственном склепе. Я понимаю, что мой конец близок. Последние 2 дня сигналы с остальных постов приходили все реже и реже. Вот уже несколько часов, как больше вообще никто не отвечает. Я примирился с мыслью о кончине. Но как бы мне хотелось, чтобы, встречая ее, я не был бы один.
I bet I can make use of this.
So the Russians found some kind of portal that transported them to this planet. And then things went terribly wrong.
Вирус распространяется все быстрее. Все попытки сдержать его пока не увенчались успехом. Однако мы не сдаемся. Мои коллеги работают без устали. Здесь мы имеем дело с неземными существами, поэтому многого мы не знаем. Задача очень сложная, но мы ее разрешим. Мы... Поразительно. С каждым новым опытом ее пробы кажутся все более перспективными. Позже я занесу в журнал больше подробностей. Сейчас просто нет на это времени.
Great. I think my mind is playing tricks on me. I need to find a way to turn this on.
Не следуй за мной.
Well, that was either a vivid hallucination, or I'm not alone on this planet.
Несмотря на нерешительность наших ученых, я увеличил выход энергии генераторов тока на 200% без всякого заметного влияния на окружающую среду. Скорость размножения видов, называемых нами «зеленый огонь», кажется достаточно высокой, и мы думаем, что они также могут служить источником пищи для остальной растительной жизни на планете. Чтобы успокоить моих коллег, я вернул генераторы на нормальный выход тока, но результат... Я вдруг подумал, интересно, не является ли обилие энергии само по себе сдерживающим фактором военного конфликта? Опустили бы наши враги свое оружие, если бы узнали, что наши реакторы никогда не отключатся? Что осталось бы от их самодовольства, от того, что их хватало?
serious jetpacking.
Alright, here's the deal. Other companies make great looking bags, but they skimp on pockets and internal organization and make it impossible to find anything inside your bag. Here at Nomadic, we do things differently. We start our development process by thinking about organizations.
แมนโอ้ดูลักษณะเหมือนบิ๊กบอสมาก ส่วนอันสุดท้ายจะเป็นเพลสคอร์สนะ ก็จะเป็นทีมละ 5 คนค่ะ เดี๋ยววันนี้เราจะลองมาเล่นกันแบบเพลสคอร์สกันดู นี่เลยอาวุธก็จะมีสีทองนี่มันอะไร โอ้ยแย่แล้วเพื่อนเราไปทางนู้น ควรจะตามไปเนอะ ไม่งั้นเดี๋ยวทีมอื่นมาเดี๋ยวโดนลุมนะคะ ฟุ๊บมีของเก็บให้แล้วช่วยกันเก็บ
Operation in current environment.
เก็บไปเงินก็จะแชร์กับเพื่อนๆในทีมนะคะ อื่นอยู่ใกล้ๆนี่เราด้วยชนะนะคะ อันนี้คือเขาให้ทำอะไรโอ้ทางนู้นมีเห็ดเยอะ
What's wrong, Socks? What's wrong with you? You stuck, are ya?
Getting stuck sucks. At HostGator, you can get the website you need for where you're at or where you're going. Start with HostGator, stay with HostGator. That's Unstuckable. Get online today.
If you're serious about your business, you need to build systems. And you have to find a great tool like Monday.com.
มึงแม่งหลอกให้กูหลับยาวสุดเอามาเสร็จแล้วเฮ้ยแป๊บหนึ่งนะเดี๋ยวมาแป๊บหนึ่งแป๊บหนึ่งนะ
Hi everybody, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Now today's video is going to reveal 5 ways that you can turn food into muscle and not fat. And what I'm going to share with you today pertains to both men and women, young and old. And it's for anyone who wants to gain or just maintain muscle mass and even lose fat at the same time. As an added bonus, you'll have more energy, you'll live longer, and prevent many diseases and illnesses such as heart disease, diabetes, and dementia such as Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, memory loss, and so forth. All right, so let's first talk about carbs. I believe that low carbs is pretty much bad news. You see, these days everyone is talking about, going low carb diets or ketogenic or high fat diets. And everyone seems to be afraid of carbohydrates because they think it makes them fat. But this isn't correct. And in the long run, you'll actually dramatically slow your metabolism with these types of diets and kill your thyroid and even get fatter in the future. And I'll dig deeper into this topic and these other types of diets in a future video coming out soon. But if you aren't already subscribed to this channel, please do so now so you'll be notified once these topics and videos are released. So let's talk about insulin. You see, when you eat carbohydrates, your blood sugar goes up. Then your pancreas releases insulin to lower your blood sugar back down to normal ranges. Now, the amazing part is that insulin is one of the most anabolic hormones in the body. Now, anabolic means to build, and catabolic means to break down. The thing is that insulin can be anabolic to either fat or muscle cells. That means it can build muscle or build fat cells. Do it correctly, and you'll build muscle and lose fat. Do it incorrectly, and you'll get fat and actually lose muscle. And of course, today I'm going to show you how to do it correctly so you can build muscle and lose fat at the same time at any age, male or female. And as I stated earlier, as an added bonus, you'll have more energy, live longer, and help avoid many illnesses and diseases. Now, the secret is making insulin work for you to build muscle instead of fat, and that's to improve insulin sensitivity. Now, to keep it really simple, when your receptors are very sensitive to insulin, your body only needs to release a little bit of insulin to lower your blood sugar after you eat, after a big meal. Less insulin spikes because of better insulin sensitivity means the food goes directly into the muscle cells instead of the fat cells. Unfortunately, many factors reduce insulin sensitivity, such as aging, prescription drugs, and a weaker liver, higher fat higher body fat, less muscle mass, eating the wrong foods and not enough of the right ones, and stress, such as worry, lack of sleep, and so forth. In fact, type 2 diabetes and also type 3 diabetes, which is what Alzheimer's is now, is simply a problem stemming from lowered insulin sensitivity for too many years. However, the good news is that you can fix this, reverse it, and even avoid these problems again at any age. So here are 5 simple things you can do to improve insulin sensitivity and turn the food you eat into muscle and not fat. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is proper macronutrient timing. Basically, proteins, fats, and carbs are macronutrients. By eating them at the correct times, you can quickly increase insulin sensitivity and reduce blood sugar spikes. Listen, whenever you eat, make sure you eat your proteins, fats, and vegetables first before you eat your carbohydrates. By eating your non-carb foods first, you lower glucose and insulin levels. In fact, studies have shown that eating protein, vegetables, and fats first leads to significantly lower blood sugar levels by 29%, 37%, and 17% at the 30, 60, and 120-minute post-meal blood samples. And that's pretty good results. As an added bonus, you'll have more energy and will feel less sleepy. Now, there is one exception to this rule. The one time you should eat carbs first is the meal right after your workout, right after you exercise. In fact, your post-workout meal should consist of only carbs and protein, no fats, vegetables, or fiber. Basically, after workout, you want an insulin spike to quickly feed your muscles and lower catabolic stress hormones such as cortisol. And the cool part is after you exercise, your muscle cells are super sensitive to insulin. Thus, the food will automatically go right to the muscle cells instead of the fat cells. Now, the next thing you want to do is eat fiber. In fact, by taking fiber supplements also helps improve insulin sensitivity. In fact, studies have shown that taking fiber supplements such as psyllium husk 2 to 3 times daily lowers blood sugar by up to 20% and it lasts an entire day. In fact, there are also fat and carbohydrate blocking super fibers such as chitosan, kidney bean extract, and glucomannan, and similar ingredients that also block the absorption of sugars, fats, and carbohydrates, so weight loss happens even faster. In fact, hydrate to 20% and it lasts the entire day. In fact, there are also fat and carbohydrate blocking super fibers such as chitosan, kidney bean extract, and glucomannan, and similar ingredients that also block the absorption of sugars, fats, and carbohydrates, so weight loss happens even faster. In fact, you'll get remarkable results and also lower your blood sugar and cholesterol levels at the same time. And I've listed these other ingredients below this video in the description area, and you can check it out at the end of this video. The next thing you want to do is exercise often. You see, another way to increase insulin sensitivity is increasing often, but you want to keep your workouts really short, 45 minutes or less. In fact, exercising 20 minutes 2 times daily or even 15 minutes 3 times daily works even better. You see, every time you exercise, you improve insulin sensitivity. Of course, most of us don't have the time to go to the gym or exercise multiple times throughout the day or even have the desire, right? However, taking a brisk walk for only 10 minutes after each meal 3 times daily is clinically proven to dramatically improve insulin sensitivity and lower stress hormones. And that'll cost you no money, and you can do it anywhere, anytime. Just go outside and walk 5 minutes in one direction and then turn around and walk back. That's it. The next thing you want to do is use vinegar. Use vinegar as much as you can. You know, vinegar not only reduces glucose and insulin response from a carb meal, it also raises insulin sensitivity at the same time. You can put it on salad, of course, or just have 1 tablespoon 3 times daily or before each meal. Now, the one I use is organic apple cider vinegar by Bragg, and I get the one that says with mother on the label. And finally, you want to take herbs, vitamins, and minerals. You know, there are specific herbs, plant extracts, vitamins, and minerals clinically proven to lower blood sugar and improve insulin sensitivity at the same time. In fact, the right combination will give you dramatic improvements within just a few days. Ingredients such as R-alpha-lipoic acid, cinnamon extract, bitter melon extract, vanadyl sulfate, chromium, and a few others are very powerful. They have drug-like positive effects, but without any of the negative side effects. And below this video in the description area, I'll give you a link to the complete list of ingredients and what I personally use myself. Listen, Improving insulin sensitivity is the key to health, fitness, and longevity. It literally affects every aspect of your health. And if your goal is to have more muscles and lower body fat and have more energy and avoid getting many illnesses and diseases, then make sure you eat your proteins and fats before your carbs, take your fiber supplement 2 times daily, exercise often but in short durations, drink vinegar 3 times daily, and take specific herbs, vitamins, and minerals. And I've listed a few links below this video in the description area, so make sure you check them out right now while it's fresh on your mind. Well, that's it for today. I hope this video gave you more clarity. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share the help with others so they can benefit as well. Also, do me a favor and please leave your comments and questions below. And most importantly, do yourself a big favor and make sure you visit. Hey guys, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Now, calories a little bit.
At Piping Rock, providing the highest quality is our mission. With over
I assumed that my body just didn't do well with carbohydrates because of my genetics. And so I started a low carb diet. I also took it to the extreme at one point, going completely no carbs, which was at that point a ketogenic diet as well. That was back in 1994, but I'll talk about that in a different video. But mostly, I stuck to low carbs for many months, in fact, over a year. And the good news is that I did see results. First, you quickly see the results because you lose a lot of water weight. And this is because for every 1 gram of carbohydrates, you hold about 3 grams of water. So when you do lose the weight, it's not fat loss, but the scale shows improvements in weight loss, and you obviously look better because you're retaining less water, which I naturally do. Initially, also, I was more energetic having lower carbohydrates. So far, so good. Unfortunately, the problem was with my workouts. They basically sucked. I had very little stamina. I couldn't do as many sets or reps. And worst of all, I couldn't get a deep contraction in my muscles, and I rarely got a good pump, which in all honesty is a big reason I enjoy my workouts. Because without getting a big pump, I feel like I didn't even work out. I feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions. And then I leave the gym dissatisfied. I mean, even Arnold compares a pump to coming.
The greatest feeling you can get in a gym, or the most satisfying feeling you can get in the gym, is the pump.
มึงติดงานอยู่ปะ
ทำอะไรก่อนปะล่ะ
มีคนกูว่ากูจะได้ไปเล่นในเนี่ยอะไรนะซีออฟตีมอะ
ไปดิ
มึงงานก่อนปะล่ะ
ไม่เดี๋ยวกูเล่นเกมไอ้นี่อยู่
เกมอะไรอะ
มันเป็นเกมฟรีใน Origin ด้วยEpic ป่ะชื่อ Lifeless Planet มันเป็นเกมแบบอินดี้เนื้อเรื่องโดดนู่นโดดนี่เอาไปเล่นก่อนก็ได้เดี๋ยวมาเรียกกูแล้วกัน
นึงรอเขาเอาเรือไปส่งอยู่
เดี๋ยวไปส่ง
ไม่รู้จะว่าไง
ผู้หญิงแน่นอนไอ้สัตว์
รู้ได้ไงวะ
รู้ดิวะไอ้เหี้ยผี
มึงแม่งอาจจะรีนะ Death Standing นำลงสตรีมราคา Shadow of the 2 ลดราคา 75% เหลือ 182 บาท ไม่เกี่ยวว่ะหลอกให้กูหลับยาว
เขาเรียกพักผ่อนได้เยอะไอ้เหี้ย
ฟันเยอะเยี่ยไหลยาวเลยกูแต่มึงโทรมากูก็โทรไม่โทรได้ว่าได้ดิ
เดี๋ยวกูสตรีมให้ดู
ไหนวะวัดไทย
นี่เล่นมาไม่รู้กลางเรื่องยังมันค่อยๆเป็นเนื้อเรื่องเฉลยไปเรื่อยๆเว้ยตอนแรกมันลงดาวมันไม่มีที่อะไรเลย แล้วค่อยๆไปเจอแบบสรุปมีคนมาก่อนแล้วเป็นฐานทัพลับอะไรไม่รู้
โอ้ในเรื่องแม่งสุดยอด
อะไรไม่รู้เลย แล้วไปมาก็เหมือนมีรัสเซียมาสร้างฐานทัพก่อนแล้ว เรามาด้วย เราโดนแช่แข็ง15 ปีอยู่บนยานอวกาศและยานมันลงจอดแบบชนอ่ะแล้วเราก็มาเจอฐานทัพรัสเซียมันเปิดวาร์ปมาอะไรไม่รู้แล้วก็มีผู้หญิงคนหนึ่งอยู่เหมือนจะโดนทดลองแล้วก็มีพลังพิเศษอะไรไม่รู้
เกมเงี้ยมีเนื้อเรื่องด้วยวะ
ไอ้เหี้ยตอนแรกกูคิดว่าแม่งกากสัตว์ไอ้เหี้ยยูนิตี้เดินยังกระตุกเนี่ยเดินยังอะไรก็ไม่รู้แล้วกูก็เล่นไปเรื่อยๆเดินไปเรื่อยๆเริ่มแบบไอ้เหี้ยเนื้อเรื่องแม่งก็เริ่มข้น
เริ่มคน
เดิน
ขอบปะ
ตอนแรกมันเป็นแบบเกมโง่ๆกระโดดขึ้นเขากูนึกว่ามาริโอเดินไปเรื่อยๆเริ่มเจอเมืองล้างกูแบบเอาไอ้เหี้ยอะไรเนี่ยแล้วมันลึกขึ้นไปเรื่อยๆเว้ยเกมอ่ะเฉลยนู่นเฉลยนี่
บนขอบได้ปะเนี่ย
ไม่ได้มันเกมอินดี้เนื้อเรื่อง
โอ้โหงั้นเกมกากเพื่อนเชื่อกู
กูเต็ม10
0 เต็ม 10พอไม่ได้แล้วทิ้งอีก
เกมฟรีแต่กูอยากให้ตังค์เลยเดี๋ยวกูโอนให้ค่ากาแฟให้เขา60 บาทเอานี่ที่เดิมนี่ไอ้เหี้ยเว้ยพากูมาไหนเนี่ย
อะไรการที่แคมป์กับคุณเซโตะเล่นเดอะฟอเรสต์แล้วหลับคู่คืนแรก
หลับปะ
ก็มันขึ้นโปรไฟล์ว่า AFK คู่เลยอะเดี๋ยวคุณไปล่องเรือกันเดี๋ยวมา
ตามสบาย
Okay, don't look down. Don't look down. That confirms it. This is not planet Earth.
We arrived. So there's the Russians. A battery of some sort, I guess. Let's try the button. Maybe it's a way across. I think I'll end this session, but yeah, so there's a whole series of the thing. What am I supposed to do with that? Or of that green material. What am I supposed to do with that? I'm supposed to use the robotic arm to push it in, maybe? Let's the robot. I guess there's an exposed core of that green material. And bobs. Session big core of that green material. What am I supposed to do with that? I'm supposed to use the robotic arm to push it in, maybe? Well, let's give it a try. Easy, though. Okay, well, I better take nothing of import. Oh, battery of some sort, I guess. And the robotic arm they're using to access like so structures that were already here, and the robot of any importance. Just see there's.
Get.
Let's say you train your biceps. Blood is rushing into your muscles, and that's what we call the pump. Your muscles get a really tight feeling, like your skin is going to explode any minute. You know, it's really tight. It's like somebody blowing air into your muscle. It just blows up, and it feels different. It feels fantastic. It's as satisfying to me as coming is. You know,
well,
as
the end result is that even though I did lose weight, a lot of it was also water and valuable muscle weight over time. Plus, after a few months, I actually did start to get more and more tired. Basically, something in my body was changing, but in a bad way. When I did a blood test, I found out that my thyroid levels had dropped dramatically, which later I find out that it is because of due to low carbohydrates. By the way, this negatively affects women more than men. If there are any women listening or guys, you can tell your ladies who are on a low carb diet. Also, my body had completely adapted to the low carb diet. I couldn't cut down the carbs any lower. And soon I became skinny fat rather than muscular and lean. Yes, I lost fat, but I also lost a lot of hard-earned valuable muscle. I also had lower thyroid, which meant a slower metabolism and less fat burning. Additionally, my cortisol levels were higher due to the lower carbohydrates. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone. It's a powerful stress hormone that actually causes muscle loss and increase in belly fat. It can be a really bad hormone, and I'll discuss that topic in a future video. Now, this was all in my early 20s, and I didn't know much about as much as I know now, obviously. However, I was lucky and I had a great mentor, Dan Duchaine, who later I became his assistant. Now, back then, Dan Duchaine was known as a steroid guru, and I learned so much from him simply about hormones and lifting weights and bodybuilding and losing fat. He also helped me when no one else would or could. He was honest and he made things really easy for me to understand. And he told me that my problem was not necessarily carbs, but the fact that I had poor insulin sensitivity. Basically, my insulin receptors weren't very sensitive. He said by improving insulin sensitivity, I could eat more carbs and that would be utilized more for building muscle, more for energy, and actually burning fat and not storing fat. I would have better workouts and thus be able to build more muscle, and that also means less body fat. And my thyroid would improve, my cortisol levels would drop, my IGF, which is a growth hormone levels, that would also rise, which is one of the most potent muscle building hormones in the body. And to make a long story short, I did what he told me, and over the next few months, I made more improvements in my body than I did in the previous 2 years combined. All by simply improving my insulin sensitivity, which improved my blood sugar levels and lots of other hormones indirectly. I did eat more carbs, I gained more muscle, I actually got leaner, and I started having those amazing workouts and having great pumps again. I was excited, I was motivated, and I was enjoying my workouts. I improved one of the most powerful and important hormones in the body, and that's insulin, which when used correctly can either build you lots of muscle or it can build lots of fat. In fact, this is why some bodybuilders will actually use injectable insulin. Of course, you don't need to do such extreme drugs, which can literally kill you. You can actually do this naturally. And for the past 25 to 30 years, since I learned about the importance of managing insulin and blood sugar levels, I've done everything possible to keep insulin sensitivity high and optimize my insulin levels, which, by the way, will dramatically improve your health in every aspect, not just the way you look, but in your health, your fitness, and longevity. And I'll discuss that in a future video as well. So let's get started, because today I want to give you my top 5 best ways to improve insulin sensitivity naturally, so you can also build more muscle, you can get leaner, and live a longer and healthier life. Also, one last thing I want to let you know. The older we get, the worse the insulin sensitivity becomes. Thus, you really need to make this a priority and take action on what you learned today. Okay, so let's start with rule number 1, and that's to build more muscle frequently. You see, the greatest thing you can do is build more muscle. This means you must lift weights. Now, this can be with barbells or dumbbells or machines, cables, bands, your body weight, and so forth. It must be resistance exercise. Now, it doesn't matter whether you're young or old, male or female. Everyone can build more muscle, and they should. Now, when it comes to your workouts, do them frequently. This is what I meant by build more muscle frequently. This means that I'd rather you worked out 20 minutes 6 days a week instead of 40 minutes 3 times a week. It comes out the same, but more frequently is better. And it's 6 days a week instead. This is what I meant by build more muscle frequently. This means that I'd rather you worked out 20 minutes 6 days a week instead of 40 minutes 3 times a week. It comes out the same, but more frequently is better. Again, I'd rather you did 15 minutes twice daily instead of 30 minutes once daily. You see, every time you move and you contract your muscles, you increase insulin sensitivity and create lots of other hormones. Also, super long workouts with, for example, lots of volume and sets and reps depletes muscle glycogen and glucose in the muscles and liver, and thus it increases the stress hormone cortisol, which then decreases testosterone, 2 things we do not want. And I'll talk about these 2 specific topics in a future video because it is a very important topic. Number 2, you want to take supplements. The sad truth is that most supplements suck, all right? They don't work because they're using the wrong ingredients in the wrong form and the wrong dosage. Trust me, I know this. I've been at this for too many years. However, there are a few correctly formulated supplements that really work and will dramatically improve your blood sugar and insulin sensitivity. And when used at the correct dose, they can have almost like drug-like positive effects, but without the negatives. By far, one of the best all-in-one formulas is called Blood Sugar Optimizer. It's actually a product that I use myself. You just take 1 or 2 pills with your carb meals, especially after your workouts. And it's clinically validated and it really does work. In fact, type 2 diabetics who take it also see big improvements in their blood sugar levels. So it's very powerful and it is safe. And I put a link to Blood Sugar Optimizers. You can get more information about it, plus an additional 10% coupon for my YouTube subscribers. Number 3, you want to take fish oil. Now, Blood Sugar Optimizer and fish oils are my 2 favorite supplements for improving insulin and blood sugar levels. Now, for fish oil, I take about 1 to 2 grams 3 times daily with food. I take the raw oil because for me, it's just cheaper than me taking a bunch of pills. But for most people, you probably won't take the raw oil. You'd rather take pills. So you can take 2 pills of the fish oil and 2 pills of, for example, Blood Sugar Optimizer 3 times daily with food, and you will see some very cool positive body composition changes over the next few months. And I put a link to the fish oils that I take. You can get the links at Amazon and below in the description area. Number 4, you want to take fiber. You see, fiber has lots of health benefits, one of them being improving insulin sensitivity. Besides, most people's diets have very little fiber, especially if you're on low carbs or, carnivore diets and all these different things. Now, I take psyllium husk fiber. I take it 2 to 3 times daily for a total of at least 5 grams of fiber daily. Some of you may need more. Start off low. For this, I take the pills because I like it much better than the powder. I don't like taking the powder. I'll put the links below to the psyllium husk that I take. The links are over at Amazon. You can get them below, again, in the description area. And number 5, you want to sleep better. Listen, sleep is awesome and it fixes so many problems in the body, so many hormonal problems. Deeper sleep lowers the stress hormone cortisol, which also improves insulin sensitivity, and it increases testosterone and so many great hormones. And I'll be doing an entire video series about improving sleep in the very near future. It's too complicated of a topic to get into right now. But one tip I can give you is you should try to go to bed before midnight, or at the very least, try to keep the same sleep schedule every day. By trying to go to sleep same time and waking up around the same time daily, that's a great way to get deeper sleep. Now, I mentioned a lot of videos that I'm going to be doing in the future, so if you're not already subscribed, please do so right now and then click that bell icon so you'll be notified when they will be released. But let's quickly recap what we've learned today. If you want to build more muscle, you want to get leaner, you want to live longer and have a healthier life, you must improve your insulin sensitivity and your blood sugar levels. This is especially important as we get older. And the way you do it, you want to build more muscle frequently. You want to take Blood Sugar Optimizer plus fish oil 3 times daily with your meals. Take a fiber supplement 2 times daily and sleep better. Try to go to bed before midnight and sleep at the same time and keep that same sleep schedule daily. And I put all the links that I mentioned today, everything that I've mentioned below this video in the description area. So please scroll down, take action, improve your blood sugar and insulin levels. You'll look and feel so much better. Thanks for listening and have a happy and healthy day. Hey guys, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Now, when I first started my YouTube channel, I never thought that one of the top questions I keep getting asked over and over again is how to have bigger, harder, and fuller erections. Sure, you might expect that from maybe older guys, right? Maybe 50 and over. But nope, this question comes from guys of all ages, young and old, all around the world. So if this topic is something you're interested in, I want you to know that you're not alone. You know, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing to feel ashamed about or embarrassed. After all, virility is a sign of youth, strength, and manhood. Something that guys want at any age and something that women are also attracted to as well. Ironically, virility and a healthy sex drive is also a very important sign of good health, physical and emotional. Now, I've done lots of videos about this topic, but there is a specific video that I want you to watch. It's gotten millions of views, and I'll give you the special link to that video in a minute. However, the best way to have bigger, harder, and fuller erections is you must have optimal hormonal balance and ratios. It's that simple, and yet it's also complex.
Hello, Eva. That's
I want to be risk. Make at least 2/3 of each meal vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, seeds, and/or nuts. By the end of each day, try to eat at least 2.5 cups of non-starchy vegetables and fruits. Eat less than 18 ounces of red meat each week. This includes beef, pork, and lamb. Try to stay away from processed meats such as bacon, sausage, hot dogs, and deli meats. Try to have no more than 1 teaspoon of salt a day. 1 teaspoon is about 2,400 milligrams of sodium, so read nutrition labels closely. Choose non-sugary drinks like water. Labels. Teaspoon is about 2,400 milligrams of sodium, so read nutrition labels closely. Choose non-sugary drinks like water. Avoid sodas, fruit juice, and coffee or tea with added sugar. And limit candy, cookies, chips, and fast foods. They can all lead to weight gain and increased cancer risk. It's best if you do not drink alcohol. If you're a woman and you drink alcohol, have no more than 1 drink a day. If you're a man, drink no more than 2 a day.
What about exercise?
Sit less and move more. Get at least 150 minutes or 2.5 hours of exercise each week. Include muscle strengthening activities 2 days a week.
Who can tell me more?
The Healthy Living Clinic in MD Anderson's Cancer Prevention Center includes health educators, exercise specialists, and dietitians, and we're here to help you. Together, we can develop custom exercise programs, provide personalized nutrition. So, are you meeting recommendations? Is there any room for improvement? Contact your cancer prevention team and let's get started.
one factor to nitrate intake is from food. Vegetables, mostly. Vegetables, including your rhubarb, arugula, spinach, beet, butter leaf lettuce, are some of them. There's a lot, actually, that just have natural, and celery. Actually, I can't believe I forgot celery. Those have just high nitrate content. Big question. As far as and on the bottom, I could actually read it, is a really good, kind of walks you through the whole thing. But I think the reality between gluten-free is, so it is a protein found in wheat, rye, barley. It helps dough rise, Celiac, why exactly? Question, $1 billion. It's worth looking into. So it's fairly new. Still. So that's where I think, when considering individual types of cancer, the findings were strongest in this all over the place. But this is actually to onions. So as far as fruits and vegetables, as far as they're, grown without pesticide, they're not irradiated, there's no sewage sludge. Oh, that's nice. That's nice to know. Consistency. We need to be at least 95% of organic. And said, I want to follow this, but I don't like being. The main actual keto diet is that very first one, which is less than 4% of carbohydrates. So you actually get under 20 grams per day. I'm sorry, to your carb. Some fruits, you can have a little bit of fruit. It is, it's more of, this happened, now, what do we need to do? Showing some promise in some, drugs, in the use of some chemotherapies. Again, not enough that we can talk about it and we can say, oh yeah, this is coming down the pipeline. Nah, it's still kind of shady. But even in the regular diet, it depends. There is such a thing as actually, it's called the keto flu. And it usually shows up, takes a few days, but it shows up and it will hang around for usually a few days. I actually had a lady call me and goes, oh my gosh, what is happening to me? And she had the keto flu. This is a busy slide, but consistent studies come through. This is what grain sources make sure you're getting a variety, not better. These are some examples too of what we just talked about, right? Plant-based. Over there, you got that little, duh. You're gonna
เสร็จแล้วเหรอมันเล่นเร็วจังวะไม่ทันได้เย็ดเลย
วันนี้ยึดแล้ว
เอาคนนี้เย็ดแล้วเหรอ
วันนี้ได้ยึดแล้ว
อ๋อโอเคครับได้ครับ
เล่นซับไอ้เหี้ยกูไม่เกรงใจห้องข้างล่างเลย
คนเนี้ยเหรอ
ไม่ใช่คนนี้
สาวเยอะจังเว้ย
ไอ้เหี้ยคนนี้แม่ง
ดูดันเหรอดูดัน
ไม่ใช่หมายถึงคนเนี้ยคนที่เพิ่งเล่นด้วยอะ
ทำไมอะ
อีกไอ้คนเนี้ยที่เล่นด้วยเป็นใครวะแม่งเหมือนอะตอมในคาบผู้หญิงอะแบบรวยแบบรวยเหี้ย
อันนี้กูก็ไม่รู้นะครับ
แม่เขาเคยออกข่าวอยู่ว่าเรื่องอะไรวะที่ว่าเอาเอาบ้านกับที่ดินไปยื่นประกันมั้งแล้วโดนโกงอ่ะยื่นไป200 ล้านอ่ะแล้วโดนโกงตั้งแต่มา4 ปีที่แล้วมั้งตอนนี้ยังไม่คืบหน้าเลย
ไม่เดือดร้อนนะ
หมอแม่งเอาเหมือนแบบเอาที่เขายื่นไว้ไปแบบไปทำนู่นทำนี่มั้ง ไหนวันนี้เล่นอะไรฮะไอ้นี่นะดักไทเดอร์แปลงร่างแล้วยังไม่ได้ตั้งแต่ไอ้นี่ได้ปุ๊บนี่มึงกลับไม่กลับเข้ามาเล่นเลยแม่งบอก
คงต้องงั้นแหละแป๊บนึงง่ายนิดนึง
อ๋อทำไปก่อนก็ได้
เลิก
ไม่รี
เร็
บ
วอ่ะไม่จะเสร็จแล้ว
ทำไมมึงถามกูอ่ะกูเสร็จเร็ว
ครับ
ไอ้นี่ตอบแล้วนะเว้ยอะไรนะโจโจ้มึงอ่ะ
เป็นไงวะ
ก็บอกหนีตำรวจเลยครับอ๋อเจอในเกมใช่ไหมครับกูจำไว้กระทั่งรุ่นรถที่มันขับได้อ่ะ
ตีนมึง
เขาบอกอ๋อไปขับไปหาของเล่นหาชุดแต่งฟรีเล่นของเขาปลดครบแล้ว
โจ
ได้
โจ
เพื่อน
เย่
เล่นเกมเลยอู้หลันล่า
อะไรวะฮัลโหลทำไมอยู่ดีมันมิวเสียงเองวะ
เอ้าใครมีเสียงมึงอะนะ